The next moment, we heard this loud scream, really, from one of the ladies present. The couple were Americans.
She was screaming, "I can't swim, I can't swim."
She was saying that there was no ways that she was prepared to get into the boats.
And her husband was there trying to get her up. And one of the men just walked to her and he shouted, "I'll kill, I'll kill."
Monique tried to even assist her to get onto the boat.
I shouted to the rebel, "Don't shoot her, don't shoot her."
But she was absolutely in a hysteric state. They were seconds away from pulling the trigger. We were headed in a westerly direction, and I knew that there were no land within hundreds of miles. I said to Monique, maybe we should consider jumping.
It's so shallow enough, we can swim back.
It wasn't like him to say, "Let's jump." He's normally the quiet one. He's an accountant, and he doesn't resolve things with aggression.
This might be our only chance.
I was just too terrified that they were going to shoot at us, or that the sea currents would take us, because we were now in open ocean. I was just too scared, and I said to him, "No, we can't jump." I really felt very guilty afterwards, because I thought, had I jumped, had I listened to him, we maybe could have gotten away. Because I'd read all these spy stories, somewhere I read that you must become a personality and not stay a number, because people kill numbers easily. I just thought, I need to do something. And I looked up at him and I said to him,
Salam alaikum.
Commander Robert turned to me and in very broken English, he said to me,
"You are our instrument."
"You are our instruments." We were really scared. I just remember thinking, where are we? And thinking of my parents and thinking that I'm going to disappear. My dad is an ex-military man, so I knew it would absolutely kill him if he couldn't do anything to help.
Dis maar moeilik. Mens voel magteloos.
It is difficult. You feel helpless. You feel hopeless. But you still have hope. That's all. We hope everything will be all right.
Ons hoop maar. Alles kom reg.
Daar. Right now.
And they took some of the hostages.
Where are you taking us?
What made me panic was I saw a bag with ropes and muffling equipment.
I could see that Callie was getting really upset.
And I said to Monique, I think they're really shooting the hostages. I just heard these faint ploffing noise.
There. Again, there.
He said to me, "These are the sounds of weapons with silencers on. I know it."
I think they're killing them.
They took these people away to kill them.
It was only when she started to calm me down and try and talk sense into me that I refrained from doing anything about it.
It was difficult for him to get his fear under control.
It was one of the most frightening stages of the whole.
But it just shows you, if you're in a situation like that and you're terrified and you don't know what's going on, you make up things. You always think the worst thing is going to happen, or the worst thing, I don't know, maybe just to prepare yourself for when it happens to you.
It's very hot, treatment is not very good. In terms of food, it's very basic.
and therefore, think we're getting a little bit weaker as time goes by.
We don't have enough food, we don't have to drink, we just wait for the rain to fall to have water. I miss my son.
There is a reason for everything that happens. Must be a reason for this. There was an old newspaper that was on the floor.
We learned that Abu Sayyaf were known to rape, behead and kill their captives. We really surrendered our life and our situation to God. Monique always says that to her felt like we had a bubble around us, which protected us throughout that shooting. We eventually just collapsed under banana trees.
That attack lasted for about 5 hours.
Everybody was extremely shaken. The way that the Philippine government had performed that attack showed to us that they had no inclination about our real safety, and they were prepared to sacrifice whatever it takes.
Have you seen many soldiers?
Yeah, there's so many soldiers everywhere.
I think that was the turning point in our relationship with the rebels.
Ang gusto nila, papasukin kami. Na hanggang ngayon, nandito kami, makipaglaban sa kanila. Hanggang kami.
They have ignored our demands. No one has come from the UN, and they're still shelling us. We will fight to the death.
Traveling and walking without proper nutrition was having its toll.
It was just wanting to survive that gave us that energy to go on. It was all these youngsters, and they would sit there and look at you.
The rebels wouldn't keep their eyes off the women.
One day I just lost it completely. I just shouted to Callie, tell him to look away. He didn't lose his temper often, he just shouted,
"Can you just stop it, please? Stop it!"
Look away, don't look at the women. And one of them just pulled out a gun and he aimed and he started shooting at us. I was so scared that I actually got an English Quran and I just tried to find all these verses where it says you have to respect a woman. I would rather die than get raped. I thought if they come for me, I will put up a fight. I'd rather die.
To get news from your loved ones and family and strangers that we have never met.
Hello, Callie and Monique. This is Suzette here. Friends, you must hang in there. I don't know what really to say to you. All I want to say is come back. We're doing everything in our power to get you out of there.
Roberto Aventejado was allowed to see them after face-to-face negotiations with rebel leaders.
The Philippine negotiator saying you're going out, you're going to be released in 2 weeks' time.
Then, after that, nothing happened.
The slow pace of negotiations are frustrating the captives. It looks likely that it will take months rather than weeks to secure their freedom.
Callie was really depressed, and it looked like he was busy giving up.
Just this week, we are getting more and more rumors that this will take on a very long time, and I don't think we will be able to take that. We are finished. We're tired. We cannot face this anymore.
If you give up hope, you will die. And that day, we just gave up hope. We just said, it's not going to happen. And I had a dream that night. And I dreamt I was going to get out, and I dreamt that I have to go back and make a difference. And I woke up the next morning. And I was cheerful and I was happy. And I said to Callie, we're going to get out. And I have to start a charity. And we're going to use this experience to change the lives of other people. We had lunch. And just after lunch, we were just there washing dishes. When the next moment there was a commotion and this group of people walked in. Robot said, "You're free." What? We didn't believe them. And then Robot said, back. You've got 4 minutes. You're free. 4 women and 1 man. And then we said to Robot, who's the man? Who's the man? Him.
And they said, no, they're not going to release me today, but
tomorrow.
Eventually I just said, look, you have to go. You can't stay behind. That's what she did, and obviously crying and very emotional all the way.
I think it was the most difficult thing I had to do.
Yeah, it was it's like dragging away a piece of your own flesh.
My worst fear was that he was not going to get out, get killed, and I got out. And I remember that so clearly.
I just remember looking for her out of the hundreds of people waiting on the outside.
I just ran to him. When he just grabbed me, I don't think we said anything. We just held each other. We were just so happy.
Just seeing her and being united at the time.
I'm jumping.
Was incredible.
We landed at the airport and we looked outside and there were hundreds of people and there were cameras and lights. And people with posters and people screaming and shouting. Everyone got together. When they heard I was released, the packing ladies in the shops started dancing and singing. People were hanging out of the taxis, shouting. What happened to us really united the country. It was black and white.
The most important thing was just to set foot on the ground and return back to our families.
My dad was there, my sisters were there, and we just grabbed everyone and we couldn't get enough of people. We were just holding each other. And it's made me realize what's important in life, and it's not your house or your car. It's really about the people. A mother who held on and prayed for you for so long. And a dad who didn't give up on you. Those are the important things.